Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Battle Angel Gully. I know this game may not be the most interesting to watch because of all the story stuff, but I really don't want to cut out too much of the story because it's a really story-driven game. So I hope you aren't too annoyed by me leaving in a lot of the story. So in the last one, we fought our boss, and now we're looking for a new bounty, Miguel. And apparently this guy is sort of a dealer. Gully says she's a hunter-warrior, and she's, out for Miguel right now as her bounty. And this guy's been selling parts and whatnot to Miguel, so we're kind of using him as a connection or whatever. He's just a parts salesman. But there's a couple lackeys here that are working for Miguel. And they're like, Mazui! They're like sort of giving away that they're, picking up the parts and taking them to Miguel. Oh, dude, we've let it out. She knows now. Yeah, but what are we gonna do about it? Since, he's on the factory list, what can we do? Whenever you get on the factory list, that's when you're a bounty, and then all the bounty hunters come for you. So yeah, these guys are just gonna attack us, apparently, because that's the best way to hide what's going on. Mendokusai na. Come on. I was like trying to get a block on him, but... yeah, these guys are like pathetic. So the dealer's like freaked out a bit and saying, he has nothing to do with it. He didn't know that the parts were going to Miguel. I kind of find Gully's facial expressions a little creepy here for some reason. It's like, really, I'm telling the truth. You've got to believe me. I'm just a businessman. It's like, I got some custom body parts if you might be interested. No, die. Die. Guess we can't kill him. Anyway, I wanted to show that scene because, once again, some people might be interested in playing this game. And that kind of back alley, that scene there was important to continue the story. So, if you're watching this, you're interested in this game, I'm also trying to make these videos so that people can kind of, play the game themselves if they really want to. At the same time, I'm, trying to summarize a lot of the story. For those that are interested in Gully's story, or if you've been a fan of Battle Angel, which I've always been, and if you're not, why not? This is like one of the greatest stories ever told. And this game is going to get super exciting because the story is going to go way beyond what the movies and the anime ever showed. And that's what has me really intrigued, to really know more of the story of Gully. So, talking to all those guys, apparently there's something new here on the map, this factory. So, if you're kind of stuck in this game, I found one way is just to talk to, a bunch of the townspeople in a street, the street area, and they say like, oh, there's this and this, and now it's available on the world map. That guy just runs away, sees Gully, and he's like, oh crap. It's like, he saw me and now he's just running away. Was that Miguel? Yeah, I doubt it. That little peon. Whoops, my bad. I was actually trying to kind of explore the map there, but I accidentally walked out. Let's go to this, I guess it's not factory, it's a warehouse. But yeah, the completionist in me has to like check out everything, make sure there's no treasure chests around. But you know what? There aren't any treasure chests in this game, sadly. Just lots of robots, or cyborgs, I guess I should say, for me to beat up. Now, the katakana says that the enemies are cyborgs, but they're like, there's this weird, you know, line that you draw between cyborgs and androids and, you know, that sort of thing. The definition isn't real clear. Jama, you're in my way. Get out of my way. Dude, this girl, she's a hunter warrior. I heard about it from the street. She's here for the boss. This kid? Out for the boss? There's no way she could take out the boss. You're not even going to get a chance to get there. Oh, yes, I am. Ooh, 3 guys at once. Ouch! Stop kicking me! I'm trying to do all these cool moves and I'm either in the wrong place or, you know, my block just isn't timed very well. Yeah, I really got to get used to the combat. The combat is interesting. You know, there's part strategy to it, and you know, your distance to the enemy and what buttons to hit, when you can do perfect blocking, and etc, etc. So it's a little more complex than it looks. But occasionally, like, I just can't get the perfect block and they're just punching me in the face, so I get frustrated and just whack them and hope they die before I do. Great, I'm expecting some levels with like all kinds of catwalks all over the place. Ooh, what's this? I've caught up with you, Miguel. Miguel? You're behind those drums, aren't you? I know it. Either Miguel is really stupid or Gali is a genius. Anyway, a long talk there, and finally Miguel comes out from behind the drums, and what in the world? What is this? Werewolfka. He's like a werewolf. Roar! Are you Miguel? What is this all about? And of course, he's wondering what you think of his awesome werewolf body. So wait, is this guy like half werewolf, half android, or like werewolf, cyborg, human? What in the world? I know this guy was in the manga, but I don't think this guy showed up in the movie or the anime. Ooh, he dodges. Come on. Wow. Dang. He is a little hard to anticipate because of his sudden jumps. I got plenty of repair kits here, I guess. I have a few parts. This energy, you know, tuner thing. Wow, that really improves my attack. The shock absorber I had equipped, which increases your defense. Let's try this energy tuner thing. Oh, this drains your life. Oh, wow. That's a little dangerous. Okay, so it drains your life when it's equipped and you're fighting. But yeah, it like doubles your attack power. My goodness. But it comes with a risk. So I think I probably won't be equipping that. And it looks like when you're in combat, you can't equip your projectile weapons. So this is the shock absorber, which just increases your defense by quite a bit. And now, okay, so now I can equip these other projectiles. So when you're in the middle of combat, you can't equip some things. Good to keep in mind. Okay, well, I got my bounty, so let me just look around here real quick. See if there's anything else to see. And once again, this bounty, is just sort of to lead you through the steps for the story arc. Huh. Who's there? Whoa! It's like, don't scare me with such a loud voice. With all your yelling. It's like you could give a guy a heart attack. I was having a nice dream and everything. I'm sorry? No need to apologize, Gully. So he's surprised to see a person up here. Oh, a regular person, but of course she's not a regular person, so he's chuckling at his own joke. I'm Yugo. How about you? What's your name? Gali. Gali? That sounds like a male kind of name, like a manly, masculine name. Not. She's upset. Isn't that rude of you to say that? You hear somebody's name and suddenly you're like insulting them. It's like, I actually like the name Gully, so leave me alone. Sorry, my bad. So he's surprised, just kind of a rare name. So we have a long dialogue here. I wanted to show a few little bits of it, of course, but if any of you know the story, this is the famous Yugo arc, where Gully meets Yugo, the young boy who doesn't actually have any body parts yet. He's actually all 100% human, which is a little weird in this universe, but hey. And as many people know, this is Gully's kind of love interest, or first love interest, and she's really curious about him and his dreams. He talks a lot about lots of interesting things, and so that sort of piques Gully's interest.
Climb that tube to Zalem right now.
They don't let anybody up there.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. You just gotta know the right people. I happen to be connected.
Oh.
Gotta be willing to do what it takes. Whatever it takes.
But the love story between Yugo and Gully is quite different, from the manga than it was in the movie. I think the movie, it was a little, more both-sided, I guess I'll say, but I don't want to ruin people's day, but at the same time, I want to warn people that the real story of Gully and Yugo is mostly a one-sided love story, because Yugo is obsessed with going to Zalem, and he'll do anything to get there. And Gully is, she's really curious about him, saying here that he's really interesting, a strange person but quite interesting, and she hopes that she can meet him again. So this is kind of going to be the Yugo arc, which if you've seen the show, it does not end well for anybody, sadly. Another good example of Japanese storytelling with sort of these bittersweet, bittersweet kind of relationships. Sad for Gully that it's, mostly one-sided. But sad for Yugo too, because, yeah, he can have a pretty awesome hunter-warrior on his side. But no, all he cares about is Zalem. And going to Zalem. And we all know that that's going to end badly. Alright, so anyway, I'm just going to see if there's anything else in here real quick. And I'm probably going to go pick up my bounty cash. So yeah, this arc is going to be about Yugo. So I'm going to have to track him down, and we're going to be having some conversations with him, meeting some more major characters. Kind of excited about getting Gali's next suit, or her next body armor. I've pretty much upgraded this one to the max. Alright, I went ahead and went to the factory, of course, and just got my bounties and everything, cut that out. Gonna go back here and have a chat with this guy that mentions Miguel. So this head here is impressed that we took out Miguel. I'm not sure if Miguel was part of the group that stripped him down or what, and stole the guy's parts. Remember in the last episode he was here and Ito didn't have the parts to fix him. So Gully is explaining about the werewolf to Ito that we just fought, the werewolf hybrid. It's just so weird, his face looks up at you, whichever angle you're at. Okay, I made another cut there, and after saving, I went up to the roof, and guess what? Yugo is up here. And apparently he comes every month or so to fix the windmill. So of course Gully's up here and wanting to talk to him, hear more information about Yugo and his interests and his passions. Kind of the girlfriend that every guy would always want, because she just is infatuated with sitting and listening to him. So any guy that just wants a girl that sits and listens to him all day and loves it, then Gully is the only one, probably. Once again, more shots of Zalem. And he's, mentioning to her that he's going to go there very soon. He has a plan, and he's got some connections, and he's going to head up there. All he's got to do is get enough chips, enough money, and he'll be on his way to Zalem. And it looks like he finished work. Fixed up the windmill here. I'm not quite sure what that powers. Alright, I gotta head out. Got more work to do. It's like, wait, why don't you just stay and have some tea or something? Take it easy. And, why are you always in a rush running around? More long dialogue, but of course, yeah, he's got more work to do because he needs to get those chips. He needs to get his money to go to Zalem. So once again, if you're using this as a walkthrough, you need to have that scene on the roof with Yugo. Here we have Ido stopping us. So he's like, you seem to be interested in Yugo, huh? It's like, where did you meet him? And so Gali is mentioning after the fight with Miguel, she found him up on the roof and they chatted for a while and she found him quite interesting. But Ido has known him for several years. And Gali's like, he's interesting, don't you think? And, he's got all this interesting information about Zalim. He just told me a lot about it up there on the roof. When I have some free time, I think I'd like to hear some more of his talk of Zalim and what he likes and what his dreams are. Ido's got a little bit of a warning here to Gali. He's like, hey, let me talk. I have some things to tell you here first. It's like, sounds like you're in love. He's using the kanji for love here, but, more like infatuated or, slightly obsessed with Yugo, even though she doesn't know him too well yet. And she's like, love? No, I'm not in love. I want to talk to him some more. He just sounds really interesting, It's like, well, I don't think so. Ido no baka. Anyway, there was a long conversation there, and to summarize, Ido was saying, you need to be careful around Yugo. He has this obsession. The obsession is a little dangerous, he takes it to extremes, and so he's not necessarily the person for you to, be infatuated with or interested in. So Ido is trying to be the father figure, giving his daughter a warning here. But Gali has none of it, she's upset and she's like, I'll do what I want. If I'm interested in him, I'm interested in him. All right. So I went ahead and did a little bit of fighting and jumping. Went to the factory again to get some bounties, and a new place has appeared on the map. After that conversation with Ido, this appeared, but I did a few things there during the cut, so sorry about that if you're trying to follow the story. But after talking to Ido there's kind of this slum area that appears on the map, and apparently this is where Yugo lives. So we are here looking for Yugo because Gali wants to talk to him some more. Even this guy is similar. He's like, Yugo has one love and one love only, and that's Zalim. So he's kind of a crazy, weird boy. Baka na Yume. He has a foolish dream that's pointless. Of course, Gali doesn't. Gali thinks his dream is interesting, going to Zalim, but most people are like, it's impossible. You can't go there. Those of us that are down here, it's this is our lot in life. Nobody's going up to Zalim, but apparently Yugo thinks that's where he's headed. So this is Yugo's house, and it doesn't open. Maybe he hasn't come home yet. I want to talk to him a bit more about his dream. See ya. She's curious how he's going to do this, of course. There's nothing else here, just it's kind of a slum area, and this is going to be Yugo's house for this arc of the story. Well guys, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find Yugo here. So I'm back at the warehouse, because I'm guessing maybe... Oh wow, these are some new enemies for me. Throwing these explosive canisters. Boy, this guy beat on, and the other guy's ranged. He's throwing daggers at me. Ow. Ow. Stop it. the worst combination of enemies. You got a long range and a close range. Get away from me, fatso. And the drum otoko guy is dangerous, my goodness. So I'm not sure if Yugo's here. I'm just wandering around, see if I can find him. Because for the next couple of episodes, we've got the whole Yugo story going. So get ready for Robot Love Story. My goodness, 4 enemies. I know there's some attacks that I can hit multiple enemies, ouch, at once. I don't want to waste my plasma trying to keep it in a pinch. Man, this combination of enemies is a little dangerous. The drum guy, you gotta kind of attack from a distance, but then those blue guys are just throwing those electric needles at me. Similar, to what I was using a while back. Okay, Yugo's not here. Alright, so when in doubt, just go talk to people in the street area. They seem to be moving the story along. Vector. Nanimono da. Oh, here we go. So this guy mentioned that Yugo he saw with Vector. Vector is part of the Yami Buroka. He is a dark broker, basically. Black market, underworld person. And apparently Yugo is working for him. So after talking to some people, a new area appears on the map. We've got the Vector the Vector building, basically. So we're gonna go have a chat with Vector here, the black market broker. It's like, Vector's not going to see somebody like you. Yugo? Oh, you're here to see Yugo? Well, he's there in the building having a discussion with Vector. This is the Vector building. The Black Brokers. They get their kind of cyborg parts and illegal stuff, apparently. He's got connections, apparently, with... he has connections with the factory, they said, which, of course, is with, Zalim, of course. The factories are all connected to Zalim. So you'd think that Vector would be a little bit more of an upstanding person. I don't know. But apparently he's one of those head honcho style guys. Still dealing in black market stuff, though. See, that's how I translated it, I guess. Yami Buroka. It's the kanji for darkness. If you know Yami, and then katakana broker, so darkness broker. I'm assuming that's just sort of like black market. And of course, Vector is a key character in the story. So we're listening into the door here, and Gully can hear Yugo's voice.
To dreams. I like your drive, Yuko. You have a solid future with my team.
My future's in Zalem. I remember your promise every day. Set me up. Want to get you 1,000,000 credits.
Vector's like, oh, you've brought my 100,000 chips. Alrighty, you've only got a certain amount to go. It was kind of a long conversation there between Yugo and Vector chatting. Yugo! What the? Why in the world are you here? It's like, dude, you don't know an obsessed woman when you see one? She's totally your stalker now. And yeah, honestly, Gully is pretty much stalking Yugo at this point. Yugo, who's this? Your girlfriend? No, you're mistaken. It's not like that at all. Gully's not too happy with that response. Oh, so he's just an acquaintance of yours, huh? It's like, alright. Don't forget what we talked about. So that's Vector. And they've got some suspicious deal going on here between Vector and Yugo. So after that conversation, going back to Yugo's house, Vector is having a personal conversation with Yugo. Gully realizes he's up to something, probably. Taking advantage of Yugo. Huh? What the? That was Vector, wasn't it? Here's Zapan again. It's like, Yugo, he must be having some dealings with the black market. It's like, I've hit the jackpot. So Zapan is also saying something interesting is about to happen. Just wait and see, Gully. You know, he wants to get his revenge. Remember, we beat him up at the bar Kansas a few episodes ago. So he's mentioning that. I'm gonna get my revenge. You know, Zapan, he's talking to himself, is never insulted like that. So this may be a problem. Alright, more conversations here with Yugo. He actually kind of apologizes before, but he was like super surprised that we were just there at Vector's door. It's like, hey Yugo, so how much is it gonna take to get to Zalem for you? He told her that he needs to get chips to Vector, and when he does get enough, Vector is going to take him to Zalem. It's like, why do you want to know? She's like, just tell me. It's like, so if Vector said if I amass 1,000,000 chips, I think that's about 1,000,000, yeah. Senman chip. He'll take me to Zalem. You know, since he's got connections with the factory, and occasionally, apparently, Vector visits Zalem once in a while. So he said, and he'll take Yugo there. So Gully is saying, I'll help you. You know, being my hunter warrior, getting bounties, I can help you get some of the money that you're missing. And she's wondering if she could go to Zalem with him as well. So you guys are like, well, I mean, I guess if you had the money, if it was 1 or 2 people, no big deal. So now Gully is gonna get this 1,000,000 chips because she wants to go with Yugo to Zalem. And Yugo keeps saying that he's very, very close. What is that weird thing on the door? I don't know what that symbol means, but looks like an ashtray, but whatever. Okay, I just noticed I've been recording for about 30 minutes, guys, so I'm going to take a break. We are deep into the Yugo part of this story. So in the next episode, we'll probably continue, and it'll probably come out what Vector is up to here. Of course, it's pretty obvious he's cheating Yugo, but we'll see what happens. We'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to tune in next time to see more of our lovely angel in battle.